Erev Tov, Shavua Tov. We're at the Dvar Malchus shir, our weekly Dvar Malchus shir, and here we begin a new segment in the Dvar Malchus in honor of Yud Aleph Nisan, the 11th of Nisan, which is the Rebbe's birthday. Again, just to remind everyone, this is the week of Mishpatim in our calendar, and Yud Aleph Nisan is the order of our classes in the Dvar Malchus as we began from the beginning. And we are in the hard copy. We're on page 34. In the PDF file, we're on page 2. And this is a new PDF file, as whoever is using the PDF file has seen. And we'll begin. Yud Aleph Nisan Birkas Kvei Kedushas Admor Shlitah, the blessing of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach le'anash, to the Anshe Shlomeinu, the Sheyichyu Shebirchu Esei Early Yom Gimel, that blessed him. These are all those that are that have a connection and feel a connection to the Rebbe, Anshe Shlomeinu, the people of our well-being. That would be literally translated, but all those that have the connection and the feeling of connection to Chabad and to the Rebbe. This blessing was given orally Yom Gimel, the Monday night, the beginning of Tuesday, Yud Aleph Nisan. This was in the year 5751. La'achrei Tfilas Arv is after the evening prayers, and it's translated from Yiddish. Kishem shebatera seidehu b'mesh siyem chulu posach lehem chulu. Just as we know that the order in the Torah is in regard to how Hashem ended, etc. Posach lehem. So also he began for them, and this is coming from the Medrash Rabbah, and Medrash Tilim at the beginning. So also we see is meant to be by the children of Israel. And in regard to how something was ended, afterwards the continuation is meant to be and the beginning and the opening of the following concept should be in a manner of an action that is continued ad al kol hashonim kulam, to the extent that this should be continued upon all the upcoming years together. Since they have just ended with the ending of I will bless them. Apparently, there was a person there that was present that gave the Rebbe the Birkas Kehanim, the priestly blessing. Posach lahem gam be'inyan zeh. Therefore, the following concept will be opening with the same idea. I will bless them, says the Rebbe. HaKodesh Baruch Hu Omer B'Torah. The Holy One, blessed be He, says in the Torah, Vein Nikra Yetzei Midei Pshutei, and the Torah does not go out of its simple sense of understanding. Shehu Atzma Yevarach Es Kol HaMevarachim, that He, the Holy One, blessed be He, will bless all those that bless others. Over Virchosei, that bless others, or the Kohanim, the priests that bless the Jewish nation. Hashem will bless them personally. And in regard to the blessing of the Holy One, blessed be He, from his full and open and holy and wide hand, without any measurements or boundaries, b'mokim u'vizman, in regard to the place or the time. Ovimele, and therefore, this brings immediately in actuality, and together with this, I will bless them, as it is above in the heavenly realms. As it is beyond measurements and boundaries, like we said earlier. May ani hakodesh baruch hu, from ani, who is, as it's stated in the Torah, the Holy One, blessed be He. Hareza nimshach, this is drawn. Bracha milashon hamshocha. The word blessing in Hebrew comes from the definition of hamshocha, drawing. Livnei Yisrael lamata, to the children of Israel down here in this mundane world, uve'efen shel avorachem, and in a manner that I will bless them. Stam lefi protim, bli protim, stam, in general, without details, as one would say in English, being that we are being given an open check. Shezeh kol habroches, and this, the Rebbe says, includes all the blessings. Lekol echad ve'echad miYisrael, to each and every one of the nation of Israel, v'lchlal Yisrael, and to the general nation of Israel, Hein binyanim klolim, whether this is in one's general matters, the general matters of the Jewish nation, v'hein binyanim aprotim, and also in the specific personal matters of each and every Jew. And this is extended to the details of every single Jew and all the needs of every single Jew. Kleimar, in other words, that the words I will bless them, include in them two concepts, shnei ktsoves, or two extremes actually. Me'ani, from I, ani avarachem, I will bless them. Who is ani? HaKadosh Baruch Hu Atzmai, the Holy One, blessed be He Himself, who is beyond all measurements or boundaries. Nasa avarachem, becomes or comes, I will bless them. Bracha v'hamshocha, a blessing and a drawing down, livnei Yisrael lemata, to the children of Israel down here in our physical world. And in regard to every single blessing and drawing down and drawing, there is needed two concepts. That the blessing should come from above the boundaries of the individual that is being blessed, mitzat atzmai, as far as he, the person that is being blessed, is concerned. For this is therefore he is in need of a blessing, because he has the person has their natural boundaries. And together with this, that this should be drawn down into the one that is being blessed, in his inner essence, according to his matters and his own needs. Base. Birkas HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the blessing of the Holy One, blessed be He. Vani avarachem, and I will bless them, as it states in the Torah, uvishnei ha'inyanim. And in both regards, Aleph, bracha shalamaylam emedida v'agbola, that the blessing should be a blessing above measurements and boundaries. Beis shenimsheches l'chol echad ve'echad miYisrael lemata, that it is drawn down to each and every person of the Jewish nation down here in this mundane world. Geshes b'miuchad, and therefore it is specific. It is especially stressed betfilas ubirkas Moshe b'ascholas mizmor tzadik, in the prayer and the blessing of Moshe Rabbeinu, as we see in the beginning of the Mizmor Tzadik Betilim, at the beginning of the chapter 90 in the book of Psalms, Harishon miben achadasar mizmorim, which is the first of the 11 chapters or hymns, Shemesha Amaram, that Moshe Rabbeinu originally recited. We know that the book of Tehillim was compiled by David HaMelech, King David, but he compiled it not only from his own songs or hymns that he went and composed, but he compiled it even from prayers of people that came before him, such as these 11 mizmorim, these 11 hymns that Moshe Rabbeinu himself recited. Shemaschil, and how does this chapter of Tehillim begin? Tefillah leMoshe Ish HaElokim, a prayer to Moshe, the God, the man of God. Umistayim b'tfilas Moshe, and it ends with the prayer of Moshe Rabbeinu himself. As we see, it is quoted from the Chumash itself. V'hi noyam Hashem, and the bless of Hashem should be Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem our Hashem, should be Oleinu, upon us, u'maaseh yadeinu koinenu oleinu, and the acts of our hands should be permanent upon us. U'maaseh yadeinu koinenu, and the acts of our hands should be permanent or perpetual. And then the Rebbe goes on to say that since this is a prayer to Moshe, as it states in the at the beginning of the book of the chapter of Tehillim, chapter 90, v'gam brocha, and also a blessing, shel Moshe Ish HaElokim, of Moshe, the man of God, as we see at the end of the chapter of Tehillim, muvan sheyesh ba es hakoyach. It is clear that it has within it the power, the bracha me'elokim, of the blessing from Hashem. Al derech, and this is similar to Kaviyachol per se, va'ani, and I, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Atzmei, the Holy One, blessed be He Himself, avarachem, will bless them, as it states in regard to the priestly blessing, that when the Kohanim, when the priests bless the Jewish nation, Hashem promises that He will bless the priests, the Kohanim, that bless the Jewish nation. And also as stressed in the content of the prayer and the blessing of Visiyuma, and the culmination of the prayer and blessing. May the bliss of Hashem be upon Hashem, our Hashem, be upon us. She'olenu, the word oleinu, upon us, al kol echad ve'echad miYisrael, upon each and every person of the Jewish nation, Val Klal Yisrael, and upon the entire Jewish nation. Yihye hagilui, the revelation shall be the noyam Hashem Elokeinu, of the bliss of Hashem our Hashem. Shenoyam ilah, that the bliss, the supernal bliss, hu hadarga the atik, this is the level of the Kabbalistic level of atik, Ofnimius Atik, and the inner essence of Atik, Ad Atzmusa Yisborach, to the extent that it reaches to the essence of Hashem, blessed be He. Ani, as we stated before, Ani Avarachem, I will bless them. V'shezeh yumshach b'mo'in, and that this shall be drawn into the mo'in, the dwelling place, Oisios Noyam, which also makes up the letters of the word Noyam, bliss, the dwelling place, and Noyam, bliss. Malchus, which is the Kabbalistic level of Malchut, kingship, ad b'maaseh yadeinu, to the extent that in the actions of our hands, v'hakoyach al zeh, that this shall be drawn down into the actions of our hands, of each and every Jew. The supernal bliss of Hashem, coming from the essence of Hashem. Ve'hakoyach al zeh, and the power for this comes mitfila leMoshe Ish HaElokim, from the prayer of Moshe, the man of God. Tfilas Oshir, the prayer of a rich person, a wealthy person. Shemagi'ah be'atzmusa yisborach, that extends itself until the essence of Hashem, blessed be He. Velochein, and therefore, move on. It's clear shezoi bracha shalamayla mikol medida v'agbola b'mokim uzman, that this is a blessing which is above any type of measurement or boundary that has to do that might be that might be connected with time or place. Since it is coming from where? From Moshe, the man of God. And in a manner, the Noyam Hashem Elokeinu Oleinu, that the bliss of Hashem, our Hashem, is upon us, drawing it down all the way into the physical, mundane world. And also as it's understood, mikach, from this, that it with this blessing, Moshe Rabbeinu blessed the children of Israel. That there shall be a dwelling of the divine presence in the tabernacle. As we quote, may it be the will of Hashem that the divine presence should dwell through the actions of your hands. Moshe Rabbeinu was saying to the Jewish nation, who have just culminated and finished the building, the contributions and the building of the entire tabernacle, which later on became the temple, the Beis Hamikdash, the temple in Yerushalayim. Vihin, the concept of the tabernacle. Vihin neyam Hashem Elokeinu aleinu gemer. That Hashem, that the bliss of Hashem, our Hashem, should be upon us. Uve'efen, and in a manner of koinena aleinu, that it should be permanently upon us. Not that it should go and come and come and go. Mechuzak be'efen yesedi, it should be strengthened in a fundamental basis, b'kvius, on a permanent basis. Lo'ad u'lenetzach netzochim, forever and for eternity. Kamuvan me'aperush betanya, as also understood from the commentary in the Tanya, b'shchinta sharia, that it dwells within the divine presence. Shezel b'kvius v'nitzchius, that the divine presence is that which has the permanency and the eternity. V'shochanti b'kvius b'seicham, and therefore I will dwell on a permanent basis within them, within each and every Jew. B'seich kol echod ve'echod miYisrael, within each and every Jew among the Jewish nation. V'yesh leimar, the Rebbe also adds that we must say sha'koyach lozeh, that the power for this ba mikach comes from the fact shebracha zehi, that this blessing is mi Moshe isha Elokim, from Moshe the man of God, stressing the godly part in the man of God. Shedafka me'akadosh baruch hu, that specifically from the Holy One, blessed be He. Ba hakoyach, comes the power, lif'el hashras hashchina, to activate the dwelling of the divine presence, be'efen, in a manner of shel kvius v'nitzchius, of permanency and eternity. Val pizeh, and according to this nimtza, we find shebetfila leMoshe gomer, that in the prayer of Moshe, Mudgoshim Shnei Ha'inyonim, are stressed these two concepts, and Yizkarim La'el, that are mentioned above. Beva'ani avarachem, in regard to I will bless them, as we said, in regard to Hashem says that He will bless the Kohanim when they bless the Jewish nation. Shenidroshim bevrocha, and these are the concepts that are needed, that are demanded, required when a blessing is given. Together with this, that the prayer unto Moshe, the man of God, is a blessing which is above all measurements and boundaries. Hence, this is a blessing that is drawn down from Moshe to each and every person of the Jewish nation. Uvrocha klolis, and not only to on a detailed individual basis, but also a general blessing. Habrocha shetisha shchina b'maasei yedechem, the blessing that the divine presence will dwell through or in the actions of your hands, of the entire Jewish nation. Gimel, v'yesh leimar yaseh mizu, and we must say even more than this. The power and the manner in which, or through which, the blessings of the Holy One, blessed be He, are drawn to the children of Israel, lemata, down here in this mundane world, hu al yedei Moshe Rabbeinu, is through Moshe Rabbeinu. Harayeh Haneman, the loyal shepherd, shall call Bnei Yisrael, of all the children of Israel. B'chol haderes. And we're not only talking about the first Moshe Rabbeinu that took us out of Egypt, but the Moshe Rabbeinu in all generations, as we know from the Zohar, that there is that in each and every generation there is the Moshe Rabbeinu of that generation as well. Shall Yodei, that through him nimshachas kol ha'ashbois, are drawn all the influences, livnei Yisrael, or to the children of Israel. And he is the factor that connects bein Hashem uveinechem, between Hashem and you, the Jewish nation. That since he is a memutza, an intermediate, yesh bei mishnei ha'inyanim, he has within him, Moshe Rabbeinu has, both concepts, shehu mechabram, that he has the ability through this to connect between them. The man, he was, he from his loins up, he was a man. Excuse me, from his loins down, he was a man, and from his loins up, he was godly. Just as our rabbis of our scholars of blessed memory say, al ish ha'elokim, in regard to the words man of God, mechetzio lamato ish, mechetzio lamaylo ha'elokim, from his half and downward he was a man, and from his half and upward he was godly. Moshe yesh bei es shnei ha'inyanim. Moshe has within him both concepts. Hein kvishu bedugma shelamayla, that which also is an example from above, michetzio l'mayla ha'elokim, from his half and up, he is godly. V'hein kvishu bedugmas b'nei Yisrael lemata, and also as he is in example, the children of Israel down here in this world. Michetzio lamato ish, from his half and downward, he was a man. And since he has within him both concepts, Elu yesh leMoshe hakoyach, Moshe Rabbeinu has the power, the tefillah leMoshe, of the prayer to Moshe. To draw down, to bring down the blessings of the Holy One, blessed be He, as they are beyond measurements and boundaries. Vani avarachem, as it states, I, Hashem says, will bless them, the priests, the Kohanim. And by the way, there is also commentary that says that Hashem will bless the entire Jewish nation. Livnei Yisrael, there will be this blessing is drawn down to the children of Israel, kvishem nishamas begufim, as they, or as we are, souls within bodies. Lemata, down here in this mundane world, bevchinas ish, in the concept of, in the stature of ish, a man, a human being. Ubifrotius yeser, and in more detail, yesh leimar, we must say, shezeu hachiluk, that this is the differentiation ben Moshe ve'isha Elokim, between Moshe and the man of God. Isha Elokim, man of God, Moire instructs us ala chibur de b'chinas ish im shem Elokim, upon the connection between the concept of ish, man, with the name Elokim. Elokim, one of the 7 names that Hashem reveals himself to us in the creation. Begimatria hateva, and this is the numerical value of the word hateva, nature. Elokus shebe'erech habriya, This is godliness, Hashemliness, which is on a comparative basis level to the creation, the Aish Hanivra, and to the human being that was created. Shenivra b'Shem Elokim. The world was created, the creation was created with or through the revelation of Hashem in the name Elokim. Bereshis bara Elokim, as it states in the beginning, Hashem created, and it says what name? Hashem, the name Elokim. Masha'ein ken Moshe, and this is as opposed to the name Moshe. Kosher im Shem Ma is connected with the name of Hashem, that is Ma. The name that has 45 letters to it. Shem Havaya, the name Havaya, Yud Ke Vav Ke, Shalamayla Me'abriya, that is above the creation. Lefi zeh, according to this nimtza, we find Shamizmar Tefillah LaMoshe, that the hymn, the prayer to Moshe, Neisaf Lezeh Shekai Ala Tefillah. In addition to this, that it relates to prayer, the Moshe al Bnei Yisrael, of Moshe upon the the children of Israel, Uvirkas Moshe Livnei Yisrael, and the blessing of Moshe to the children of Israel. Not only upon the children of Israel, but to the children of Israel. Hu inyan kloli b'yoser is a very general concept. Tfilas uvirkas hanosi, the prayer and the blessing of a leader, Moshe, as we find it in regard to Moshe Rabbeinu, shekoilelis, that includes within it es kol atfilos, all the prayers, vehabrochas, and all the blessings, kulam, everything included. Al Yedei, through what? Through Tfilah LaMoshe, through the prayer unto Moshe, Nasi Yisrael, the leader of the Jewish nation. Sha'anosi hu hakol, as we know, the leader of the nation is the entire nation. He is everything, literally translating. Nimshoches kol habroches, and from him, the leader of the nation, are drawn all the blessings, me'akodesh baruch hu, from the Holy One, blessed be He, lemata, down here in this mundane world. B'chol haprotim u'frote protim, in all the details and detailed details. We'll end our class today here. We have yet to continue in the words of the Rebbe, as the Rebbe blesses back all those that blessed him. But at this point, we'll end with we'll go out to recess with the Chi Adonenu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Le'olam V'ed. We should merit to hear the continuation at the beginning of the blessings as well, immediately now from the mouth of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach, on a good and revealed basis, with happiness and joy of the heart. Teichef u'miyad, mamish, 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 immediately now. Yechi Adonenu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai V'Kayam Le'olam V'ed.